In the land of the giants, there can only be one king of Britain. There's a few to settle. Fabio Wardley. This has got to be one of the most eagerly anticipated British title fights I can remember. Fabio, you're the champion. Is this the stage and kind of fight you relish?
Yeah, clearly. I think you can see that from the last few fights I've had from my career entirely, that these are the ones I hunt for, these are the ones I ask for. These big moments, these big occasions, they're where you see the best of me. That's where you see the best of Fabio Wardley. So I hunt them wherever they are, wherever I can find them, and this is the next one on the list for me, that's all.
Frazer, you must have dreamt of this kind of fight, this stage.
I knew this was coming not even from day one of being a pro, from 10 years ago. I knew we'd get here at some point. I didn't know it'd be Fabio, but I knew I'd be fighting for the British title. I knew it'd be early on in my pro career because I'm good enough. And just like him, I'm all about challenges, Johnny. I relish. I love being in the fire.
I've got to ask you, why is this fight happening now, Frazer?
I think it's happening now because obviously we all know what's happened in the past. We all know this was something that was supposed to happen a while ago. It's happening now because the money's right. That's the honest answer. The money's right for both of us. The time is right. He come off a great win out in Saudi. I got the experience which I needed, and now we're here.
Fabio, it was mandatory in April. In your opinion, why did it not happen?
Clear and honest, he didn't want it. And he'll say he did, he'll say he was ready for it, he'll say he'll take it at any time, at any place, anywhere, but push comes to shove, when the moment came, he wasn't there, he didn't show up. And if it's the case of that he said that he wasn't in control and there was the people above him and they made the decision for him. I know the facts of the situation, and I know when a mandatory is made, the only person who can sign that bit of paper to say I'm withdrawing myself is the fighter. Whether that's under instruction, maybe they told him to and they promised him and said, look, we'll get it for you later, we'll sort this out or whatever. But on that day, when the phone rang and the board said, are you taking this? He said no.
The phone didn't ring, so you don't know nothing. The phone didn't ring, I didn't sign no paper. This came down to sort of don't bite the hand that feeds you sort of thing. That's what it came down to, because there's no way I'm pulling. What? Give me a reason why I'd pull out a fight with you. Because you've blasted away 17 nobodies. You know I wasn't pulling out that fight. I wasn't doing nothing. Other people's the power that be. I left the room distraught. I left the room in Birmingham, vexed, wanting to go and smash up a hotel room, because I was basically being told. And now, you know what? It was a bit naive of me. If I knew what I knew now, we would have fought already. But at the time, I was new to the pros, a bit naive. The fight didn't happen, but was it a blessing in disguise? It might have been. It might have been. So we're here now, and you know we can go over the old ground till we're blue in the face. March 31st.
This man thinks you ducked him.
No, the whole of Ipswich thinks I ducked him.
No. The whole of boxing. It's not Ipswich. It's not local to where I'm from. It's everyone.
Listen, in the little circle of Ipswich, you're the king. Boxing, people in boxing that know me, they know what I'm about, so they know that I'm not ducking no one, especially not yourself.
Do you believe him? Do you think he ducked you?
I know he ducked me, and it's fine. And you can lay it out however you wish and say, like they didn't let me do it. I wasn't in control.
Daddy didn't let me, yeah?
Yeah, Daddy didn't let you.
Daddy
Shalom didn't let you fight me because he knew what you know as well. You weren't ready then, and I don't know how you think that labouring through a 10-round fight with Marius Wack and barely scraping by with a Dave Allen makes you ready for me now, but if that's where you gain your confidence from, having those two fights, cool.
We've seen the pictures this man's put on social media. He was a baby in a buggy, wheeled by Ben Shalom.
Yeah.
Daddy Shalom.
He's laughing, and I know you're a proud man.
Yeah, he's not gonna be
Did it
laughing.
burn you?
He's not. It don't burn me. Do you know what? I laughed. 1-0. You know what? If let's hope he's as good as fighting as he's at trolling people, because he's a funny guy, he's a character. But after March 31st, maybe I learn a few techniques on the phone and start doing a bit of trolling myself. I'll have that laugh.
You were trying to poke the bear, weren't you?
Hey, that's what the game's about. I'm here to poke all the bears. I did it in my previous fights as well. It's nothing personal to him. It's that I'm here to give everyone a nudge. The fight starts before we get in the ring. I'm poking you, I'm prodding you, I'm nudging you. I'm seeing what you're made of. I'm seeing if you've got it. I'm seeing if you can survive it.
How did that make you see what I'm made of? What I'm
because
about?
Mate, I watched your replies to people and how upset you get about it.
Upset?
And you're kicking off with this random...
I'm laughing to you. I told you I was laughing to you.
Yeah, about
well
that
done.
one.
So how?
Yeah, about that one. You had a laugh at that one. Fair.
About all of them.
But then when the random public are digging at you and things, I've seen some of your replies on there. You take it to
Which
heart.
ones?
You take
Which
it
ones?
personally.
Which
You're
ones?
picking on random Steve from Dorset who just had a pop at you for no reason.
Tell me.
Are you saying he's mentally fragile?
I haven't got enough to say he's mentally fragile. I say those things, however he may say now, however not, they do get to him in some context.
You're saying he bites.
Definitely bites.
Listen, the man needs an edge. He needs something. He needs something to give him that little bit. And if that's what he wants to give him, that's fair enough, Johnny. Okay, I bite at people on the internet. And I hope these are just giving me that little bit of confidence. Because your confidence will be what kills you, that? When you come and you swing, Fabio Wardley's been hit with a shot. Now, this is what wakes him up. Now he's coming, swinging big shots, right hand over the top, left hook, head all over the place.
That's not confidence. That's factual situations. Every time I've been clocked, I've come forward and I've put the opponent down.
Try that this time.
So it's
Try keep getting clocked.
It's confidence, yeah, because I've backed it up every time. You can stick it on me and I'll stand right in front of you and go back at you. And every time it's happened, the other person has ended up on their back and my hand has been raised.
And the good thing about this is there'll be there's no difference in you that's in me. Tell me what you've got that I've not.
It remains to be seen, that's all.
No, well, listen.
In the pro ranks, it remains to be seen,
we will
that's
all
all.
see, won't we?
That's all I'm saying, is that you with me, you can pull up images, videos, whatever. You can prove it, it's there to be seen.
I've got it.
With you, question mark.
I can feel the confidence oozing out of you. And you seem so comfortable in this environment. Is it fake? Is it front? Is it true?
No, not at all. Because, again, they're the same thing. I only base everything off things I've done. I'm not here saying I'm this, that, I'm the other. I'm saying I know what I've achieved in boxing. I know where I've come from. I know how I've had to grind through in boxing, through a very different path to him. I've had to scrape and claw for everything I've got in boxing as a whole.
What do you think I've not had to do the same?
I don't know your path entirely.
You do know. So, do you think I've not had to scrape and work my arse off at everything I've got? Think anything's been given to me?
I'm not saying you haven't. I'm saying your path has been very different to me, and I'd say your path was definitely easier. Coming off someone with an amateur record and an amateur background and stuff, and then you moving into the pros, that's definitely an easier path than mine.
Easier. You chose the easier option. Why didn't you box as an amateur? Why did you box the pub guys in white collar?
It wasn't around when I was there.
Who was doing easy? What wasn't amateur boxing?
It wasn't around in my area.
Amateur boxing is not in your area.
There was no
amateur boxing is not in Ipswich.
There wasn't at the time. There is now. But there wasn't at the time.
So you're telling me amateur boxing is not in Ipswich?
There wasn't.
Not down that side of the world.
No, it is now. When I started, there wasn't at the time.
You're talking rubbish.
How would you
amateur
know?
boxing's
How would
UK,
you know? It's all
everywhere.
over.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, it's all over.
It's everywhere. If you wanted it bad enough, I didn't take the easy option to go and fight these pub men. Yeah, and like I say, you're a big guy in your area. The man, he's knocking everyone out in the white collar. He's turned pro and he's carried on doing it. Which, you know what? Once again, I applaud you. I do. You know what you've done? It's actually unbelievable. It's unbelievable, Johnny.
Fabio's the champion. He's the A side. Does that bother you?
No.
Is he the favourite?
No, well, according to everyone, I think so. Yeah, possibly. You know what? He's got a longer record.
Do you think he's a favourite?
Behave yourself. I'll punch his head in. I can outbox him. I can swing it with him. It's not either one's not an issue. Because I think he's banging on the fact that he's got this heart and this punch power. We've both got heart.
Are you the favourite?
Yeah, of course. But Should I be? That's a different question. I've gone into, I think, all of my fights being the favourite.
What do you mean, should you be?
Well, based off his background, based off where he's from.
Oh, on paper?
On paper, if you list it out of his background and his pedigree and stuff, should I be the favourite? Who knows? Am I the favourite? Yeah. Because, again, people judge it based off what you can see and what you have seen from me. And what we've seen from him is not a lot. Due to his opponents, due to whatever situations, whatever circumstances have gone on, within the professional ranks, what we've seen from him is next to nothing. So I think that's why then people look at me and they look at previous fights and they go, you know what, we've seen this from Fabio. He's the favourite.
I've been fighting since I was 11 years old. There's not a lot that I've not seen. I've seen and I've beat and I've fought Fabio Wardleys. A lot of them.
Fabio, what scares you?
Having a disappointing career scares me. Looking back and thinking, I dodged that situation, that fight. I could have had this big fight. I didn't have that big fight. Hence why you always see me in the big fights, in the big situations. I don't want anyone to ever come up to me.
We've been in one big fight.
There's more to come.
You've been in one big fight. This is your second.
There's more to come.
You've already overachieved, brother.
We're not all old men like you. I've got a good few more years in the game. There's a lot more to come.
How many?
There's a lot more to come, mate. Don't worry.
Not when you lose.
Once I knock past you, they'll keep moving. They'll keep moving. And when I look back on my career, I want to sit there and be proud of that career and proud of that resume and look at those people and go, yeah, I took on him. And I didn't dodge. I didn't wait. I didn't say, in a couple of years, I'm not ready yet. I'll do it later. I did it when it was asked for. I went away. I went to Adelaide's camp. I went to Queensbury. Cool, done, ticked off. I've come to Sky. I found you. Cool, done. I'll tick you off as well.
You find me, bro. I've been looking for you. And you know that. It's the roll of the eyes. He's got his good points, Johnny. I've got mine. We both got faults. We can both improve. But I know what's in this chest and what's in his. To be fair, it's going to bring a good fight.
No.
What was Fabio Wardley like growing up?
Mischievous. No, I wasn't the best behaved kid. I didn't do. I guess as you've seen in boxing as well, I did things my own way. I did things however I wanted to do them. I found myself in situations that I shouldn't be in. I got myself into some sticky points at early points in my life, and thankfully I had some more level-headed people around me to pull me out of those situations and move me on, and found boxing and gave myself to that as opposed to the negative things in my life.
Was it a tough childhood?
We didn't have a lot, but it was a loving childhood. Whatever was there, the family that was around me, the people that were there, they cared for me. We didn't. I wasn't going on trips to America or flying around the world on holidays and stuff like that. I was around my cousin's hand-me-downs and stuff like that. But everyone that was around me, it was a loving childhood.
Ipswich Town Academy, playing football. Tell us about it.
Short period of time. It wasn't my calling. I was pretty young when I got into that. I got in, yeah. But I was pretty young when I got into it. And again, I wasn't a focused kid at that point. I wasn't paying no attention to the coaches. I wasn't really listening to what they were saying. I was off in the corner playing keepy-ups while everyone else was trying to do drills and taking it seriously. So I was, it didn't go for me, but luckily I found a sport that did.
Let's get into the white collar story. You had 4 bouts before turning pro. Wow, and why?
I always say that I fell into boxing. I walked into the gym one day, and that was it. I never left. I fell in love with it on day one. I asked to spar straight away. I wanted to do extra sessions. I wanted to train. It was just I fell in love with it. They asked me if I wanted to fight, and I said yeah. I took a fight, and again, I say that was the real turning point for me in boxing. Was that first win of getting your hand raised and cheering your name and seeing your friends and family cheer for you and stuff. And I was like, nah, this is this is my thing.
Frazer,
It's a nice story. It's a nice story, you know. I had to do it the hard way. I had to train, I had to box an amateur, I had to go on GB, I had to go around the world, get my arse kicked in Russia, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, all these places. And I got my arse handed to me for years by everyone. Joshua, Joyce, I was like a punch bag. But guess what? It straightened me out and did me well.
do you pinch yourself with all the things you achieved?
No, because it's gone now. You know what? I did my best. I got what I got. Still not happy with it all. Still not happy. There's medals missing from my collection. World medal.
You're not happy with an Olympic bronze medal?
No, we wanted gold. Who's happy with bronze medal? You don't ever go somewhere to try and get a bronze medal. You go because you want to be number one.
I hear that.
You're still a loser. You know, and I look. You remember when Ben was on the podium? Ben was crying his eyes out. I felt that way inside. I just felt like I had to keep it together. I had my kids watching. Do you know what I mean? So I failed at what I was trying to do. I'm proud of it. It's something you can look back and proud on. But guess what? That's just pushed to a side now. We'll look back at it one day. You know what? I did all right. But on this new mission, so far, I'm not happy with what I've done so far. No way.
Boxing's your life.
Yeah, I live it. This is all I've got. You know, you talk about him, his football trials, which everyone had, didn't they? You just turned up to your local club, kicked the ball, and you had a trial. It was something to talk about, I suppose. But yeah, boxing's it's all I've done since 11. It's a long time. Because I'm old. I'm an old man.
Frazer, you can't lose to white collar boxer, can you?
Do you know what? Because I go through all the comments, I had a message. You know what it said?
Go on.
It said that the amateur boxing reputation in England is on your shoulders. If you lose to this man, then guess what? You can't be the person that tells people... Because I'm one of them advocates. You know, when I see all the kids turning pro now at 18, I'm like, what you doing, man? You got to try and aim for them Olympic Games, World Championships, Commonwealth Games. You got to try and represent your country. It's important for yourself. It's something very proud. I'm the advocate. I'm the one that goes to all the gyms and says that. If this man beats me, guess what? They say, we ain't listening to you. We'll go and box in then. We'll go and sell a few tickets, fight the geezer from the pub in the leisure centre. So guess what? There is that.
Does that idea alone scare you?
No, I thrive on it. I'm gonna be the reason why these guys are winning junior championships and thinking about turning pro, because they have these snake promoters that are offering them some pennies and their eyes light up. I'm gonna be the reason to say, listen, go and do your job, go and learn your trade, go around the world, go and get different experiences. The best time of your life.
Is there more pressure on this guy because of your different routes?
1000%.
More pressure on him than you?
More pressure on him, yeah. Like you say, he's carrying the whole of the ABA on his back. If he loses to me, what does that say? He says he's the guy to run around and advise all these kids on how to do it and stay in the amateurs and drag it out and do longer, go around the world and get all your experience like he's done for years and years and years.
Represent your country more.
All of that.
It's a proud
all of
thing.
that. All of that. Say he does all of that, loses to me, who banged out a few pub geezers, did boxing for a laugh. What does that say to his pedigree? What does that say to his record? So that's where the pressure comes from him. I'm expected to lose. The white collar fighter is expected to lose against the Olympic bronze medalist.
But that's in the past.
Lay that out.
That's in the
Lay
past.
that out.
17-0 pro
Put it at the
with
top
17 knockouts. Does that not sound like someone with 8 fights who's laboured through his last 2? So
yeah,
then, who's that made the
according to
favourite?
you, I fought nobody. So why does it matter?
We both have. Let's talk
according
real.
to you, I thought.
Let's
okay,
talk.
so
We
if
both have.
Okay, if we both have, then fair enough. Say we're both on 0, both fought nobody.
Listen,
Based off your pedigree, you should be the one to beat me. No, that should because if in the pros, if I've beat no one, and also in my 4 white collar fights, if I beat a couple of geezers from the pub, and you've been around the world with your ABA, and you've boxed all over and you've done all this and you've got your bronze medal, you should beat me.
I'm not banging on about that. I'm not banging on about what I've done. I'm not banging on about what I've done.
Should you or not beat me?
I will beat you. So
no, should you?
I will beat you. I will beat you.
You should, exactly.
There's no I will beat you.
So when you don't, it's going to crumble all of that behind you.
Fabio, this is the toughest test for you to date. Is this the acid test? Is this that fight? You need to think, I belong.
This is the last one. This is the last one for me.
Where you feel like you belong, you feel like you belong to the next level.
Yeah, I feel like once I'm done with you, I'm in the next level. I'm done. I'm gone.
We know what the British Charter brings out in fighters. You have to go to a dark place to win. Who's prepared to go there?
Oh, 100%.
I love it there.
100%.
I love it there. That's my favourite place to be. You see it in my fights. I aim for that place. I want to get there.
He likes to have it. Once he gets hit, he likes having the swing up. Do you know what I mean? He's no composure. It's just reckless. I don't mind going there neither. You haven't had to see it yet. You might not have to see it this time. You might do. If you do, it's there. I can assure you.
You will see it.
Listen,
I'll drag you down there with me. We'll find out.
We'll find out.
You say you've got heart. No one's seen it. And let's see. And let's see if it's there. Let's see if it's there.
Middle of the ring then. That little stamp in the face, middle of the ring. Let's do it.
If you want to stand there,
no problem, mate. As much as he's born for it, I'm born for it.
This fight has everything. Beautiful belts. 2 undefeated fighters. The O2 Arena. Easter Sunday. Can this be anything other than a classic?
As long as he turns up to fight, it'll be a classic.
I'll be there.
My fights are always entertaining. They're always a good watch. I'm always a fan favourite. So as long as he turns up, does his part, make sure he gets there, it'll be one to remember.
Frazer, what kind of fight are you expecting?
Toughest one by about 100 miles compared to what I've been in with yet. A guy that's focused and ambitious. They're usually the hardest ones, the ones that come with ambition. It's going to be a difficult night. But guess what? I'm prepared for that. And I expect you to be the same.
2 balls in a pen. Who's the last man standing?
Fabio Wardley.
Behave yourself. Behave yourself. Me, Johnny. I'm the one. It's my time. Waited too long. 11 years old.
That could be the problem. You could have waited too long. Could be past it. Too many rounds.
I'm just getting started, man.
Too worn in. Too tired.
I thought you'd done more rounds than me.
No, I'm talking about your career, everything before.
The amateurs.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You said you was running around the world getting punched in.
The apprenticeship was good.
Takes its toll, doesn't it?
The apprenticeship was good, man.
Takes its toll on your body.
Turned me into a school man.
Bit worn in, things hurt, ache.
This is truly the land of the giants. Let's stand up.
I'm a giant. He's a cruiserweight, man. I'm a giant. What are you talking about?
Who's the bigger man?
I'm a bigger man.
Who's the bigger man?
It's a cruiserweight, man. It's a cruiserweight that's trying to eat a lot of food and build himself up, man.
It's even worse for you then. You get beat by a cruiserweight and a white collar fighter.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do then? Where'd you go after?
Boys?
Me. Tell you where I go.
Where do
I go? Where do I go?
Boys?
I go, you buy my drink.
Boys?
I'll give you a cheers.
Boys?
I'll give you a drink.
You know what's coming? I ask this question every single time. Am I gonna get a handshake? All right. Almost had a push and a pull then.
I was thinking about it.
It's been done. It's been done already.
Good luck, boys. Let's do it.